inyong lahat. Ako po si G. Tonji. Nanonood po kayo ng Kababayan Today. It's the month of October. As we know, it's Filipino History Month. And because it's Filipino History Month, I really want to make sure that we're able to speak to people that are able to make their mark in history. Our next guest here on Kababayan Today is not only an actress, she's also a writer and a very good friend. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome her once again on Kababayan Today, Miss Minerva Vier. Hi, Minerva! So nice to see you again.
Yeah.
Have a seat. Maupo ka.
Salamat.
Nako, Minerva, maraming beses ka nang pumunta dito sa Kababayan Today, but this is the first time na mag-uusap tayo.
Oo nga.
Oo.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So, when I first got to America, I met you several years ago, maybe over a decade ago.
Yeah.
And it's been that long that we've known each
Yeah.
other. And it's so
I think
nice to be able to...
11 years.
11 years. Yeah, it's so nice to be able to keep in touch and continuously support each other's endeavors.
Yeah.
Because I know that when I first got to America, I was able to meet Minerva and I even participated in one of her readings, which we'll talk about later on. Pero pag-usapan muna natin, saan ka lumaki, Minerva?
Lumaki ako sa Cebu.
So, Cebuana ka?
Cebuana kaayog yun.
Ah, Bisaya. Okay.
Bisaya. Ang first language ko ay Bisaya.
Uh-huh.
Baluktot medyo yung Tagalog ko.
Oo.
But, okay, I can manage.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And so, your parents are Filipino?
My mom is Filipino, Chinese, and my dad is American, of French and Irish descent.
Okay, so you're Hapa like me.
Yes.
Yeah, so happy, di ba?
Yeah, definitely.
So
We're the same tribe.
When people say, you're Filipina? Like, what's the most annoying thing people say when they find out you're Filipino? Because for me, a lot of people say, oh, you're Filipina? I thought you were Latina or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that every day. You're Latina, people speak Spanish to me every day, and I tell them I'm Filipino.
Yeah.
And sometimes I have to explain that, you know, certain Filipinos look like this too, you know?
Right.
We were all different colors.
Right.
So.
Okay, so growing up in Cebu, how was that like?
I loved it. It was a very simple, easy life, you know?
Saan sa Cebu?
I grew up in Cebu City, sa Guadalupe, and I went to school in the city as well. And then when I was in high school, pumunta kami sa Minglanilla, which is a very rural, coastal town.
Okay, and I know that you grew up with your grandmother, right?
Actually, I grew up with foster parents.
Okay, so tell us about that story. That's very interesting.
Oh, yeah. It's sort of a long story, but I'll tell you.
Okay.
My mother had 5 other children, half brothers and sisters. And they came to America because of my dad, and then she couldn't take care of another child. So she was intending to leave me with her mother, my Lola, but then my Lola was sick. So she ended up leaving me in the hospital where I was born. So I grew up sa Chonghua Hospital sa Cebu for about 2 years.
Wow, this is interesting,
And
Minerva.
then, and then my mother, who was living in LA at that time, couldn't go back to the Philippines to get me when I was 2 because the hospital can't border me anymore after 2 years old.
Right.
So I was taken in by 2 women, my mama Gloria and my mommy Linda. And they raised me until I was 13 years old.
What an interesting story. Were you in touch with your mom all this time?
I was.
Growing up?
Yeah, I knew exactly who my mom and dad was. They actually came to Cebu when I was 4 to get me, to take me to LA, and I wouldn't go with them.
Because you were 4 and you didn't really know who they were.
Exactly. And these 2 women were my mothers. They were my family, so I didn't go. But I moved to the States when I was 16 because I was an American citizen and I wanted to go to college here.
Okay, so the decision to come to America, was this a very difficult decision to make? Or was it something like, yeah, I'm 16 years old, I'm going to go to America. I'm an American citizen, that's what I'm gonna do. Was that a difficult decision?
It was, actually. My real mom tried to make me come here when I was 12 years old, and I wouldn't stay because I missed all my friends, and I just felt so, I didn't belong here.
Yeah, culture shock, right?
Exactly.
Okay, wow, I've known you all this time, and I didn't know how interesting and colorful your life is. It's so amazing to me when you're really able to delve and talk about your childhood, right? Okay, so at 16, where did you go first?
I came to LA first. I went to college here. I was very determined to go to college. And
so young at 16.
well, you know, in the Philippines, we don't have middle school, so you
Right.
go straight from 6th grade to high school.
And you were able to go to Loyola Marymount.
Loyola Marymount.
Yes,
yeah.
an amazing school.
Yeah.
What did you major in?
I majored in film studies.
I see.
Yeah.
But after you graduated, you didn't stop there.
I didn't. I went
Yeah.
to grad school in New York at the Actors Studio.
And for people that don't know the Actors Studio, this is one of the most reputable schools where you're not just an actor, because the first year you focus on acting, correct? Or is it baliktad?
The first year you focus on acting.
And then the second year you focus on writing.
Right.
Right. So that's why when I said hindi lang siya artista, writer din. Especially now in this day and age, isn't it so important to be able to write your own material and your own experiences?
Absolutely. My experience here in Hollywood has taught me that, you know, being a Filipina performer,
Yes.
I have to create my own work.
And your own venue or vehicle, right? When we return, you will have an exclusive peek at some of the work that Minerva has done. We'll also talk about her experience here in Hollywood as a Filipina. Don't go away here on Kababayan Today.